Hi, I'm Bryan Painter, columnist of the Oklahoman. Today I'm joined by Mark Hodges, Executive Director of the Oklahoma Wheat Commission. Mark, this time of year we've had some cool weather last few days, but a lot of wheat farmers are sweating. Tell me why.
Well, there's numerous reasons. Probably most notably here recently has been because of a late freeze. But in addition to that, they've got a lot of wheat money invested in this crop, and that being in fertilizer, seed, fuel. And as a matter of fact, I have one producer that is a really good manager that told me 30 bushel average crop, it'll take him $10 a bushel to break even. And at 40 bushel, that took it down to like $7.50 a bushel. So they've got a lot on the line, more than they've ever had before. So, they've got a lot invested, and any little hiccup in this crop obviously would have them concerned.
When we talk about that kind of drama with this year's crop, it's not really just this year's crop. Have you ever seen 2 years that were totally alike?
Only in the respect that they were totally different, that they were alike in that respect. And that's one of the interesting things about working with wheat is what worked last year certainly won't work this year, and what works this year won't work next year. And it's always something. The old saying is you got to kill a crop 9 times before you have it made. And there's a lot of times when that's a very true statement. And again, this recent freeze would be a good example of that.
Going right off that, tell me what kind of person it takes and what kind of family to not only do this, but do this for several generations.
Well, my characterization of that is someone that has a lot of faith. They invest a lot of money in fertilizer, they invest a lot of money in seed, they invest a lot of money in equipment, and it's their life's vocation, and they put it in the ground in the fall with the hope or the faith that in the spring it's going to produce a crop, and they're going to be able to feed their family and make all their payments and survive another year to put another crop in, again with the faith that that's going to make a crop. So I'd define it as faith, and I have a lot of respect for those people that do that.
Tell me why that commitment by those people then is so important to those who don't live on the farm, others in Oklahoma.
Well, I think first of all, we have the safest, most abundant food supply in the world, and cheapest, if you will, and roughly 8 to 10 cents of our dollar goes for food, which, as I said, some of the cheapest in the world. So everyone other than farmers should be very appreciative of that, especially in the sense that it allows them to use that money that would be disposable income that they would have been paying for food for other things. So, it's important from that standpoint, but the other standpoint is what it means to the economy of the state. And if you took $10 a bushel, an average crop in Oklahoma is 150 million bushels, you're looking at $1.5 billion economy just in rural Oklahoma. And, we look at back 3 years, 128 million bushels we produced 3 years ago, 80 million bushels 2 years ago, 98 million bushels a year ago. You start taking that kind of money out of a rural economy, and it's serious. And it's not just serious for the wheat producer, and serious for the marketing chain associated with that, and that being elevators mainly. But it's also extremely important for rural quick trips, convenience stores, implement dealers, you name it, in rural Oklahoma, and it's serious for them. And it does have a trickle-up effect, if you will. It eventually does affect the state's economy, and so it is serious. It's serious for all of us.
Thanks very much for joining us today.